welcome to Learn, Grow, Bloom. In this episode, Keaton and I are going to put a little bit of a fiesta theme into what we're doing in the kitchen today. And this episode really is Kids in the Kitchen again. But before we get started, Keaton, I have something for you.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to have to play along here because when I said fiesta theme, that's exactly what we meant by fiesta. So you're going to have to pop your head back just a little bit so that the hat doesn't go in the bowl, okay?
Okay.
Okay, well what we're going to do today is, the theme is from this book that I found, and it's called Chicks and Salsa, and it's about chickens. And they are tired of chicken feed, and they're tired of eating chicken feed, so what they want to do is come up with something different to eat. And in the background in the story, one of the chickens is in by the window where this lady in the farmhouse is watching a cooking show, and the chicken gets the idea from this cooking show that she could make salsa. So that they go to the garden and they find all the ingredients that they need to make salsa. And so I thought that would be a fun thing for us to do. And the recipe's in the back of the book, but we make salsa so much at our house that I think we can probably just make it real easily.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is open up. We're not going to get fresh tomatoes today because they're not ready in the garden yet. But we're going to go ahead and have you open that can up. And then Keaton, after you get the can open, you'll need to take it over to the sink and drain off some of the liquid because it'll be too juicy. Then the next thing we've got to make sure and have is fresh garlic. And we have garlic here, and this is what garlic looks like. For those kids that don't know what fresh garlic looks like at home, that's exactly what it looks like. Keaton, how are you doing over there, Senor?
Good.
Okay, great. Well, I have cloves of garlic here, but what I forgot to get out of my refrigerator real quick is just some fresh garlic that's already prepared. And I think we'll use that in our salsa today just to kind of speed things up just a little bit. So we'll take about a teaspoon almost of garlic, fresh garlic. There's that. And then we've got about 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 a cup of onions. So we're going to throw that in the bowl. And Keaton, you love onions, don't you?
Yep.
Okay. So we've got onions and the garlic in the bowl. And the next thing he's going to bring over when he gets a chance is the tomatoes. And be real careful so you don't cut yourself on that lid, Keaton. Okay? That's kind of dangerous. All right. Did you drain off a lot of the liquid for me?
Oh, see this spoon.
Okay. Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get the cilantro out. Cilantro is awesome. It's got a very nice smell to it. And then we are growing some here in a pot. That's also cilantro, but these have much bigger leaves, and they're more ready for us to throw into our salsa. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear off some leaves. And, oh, that looks great, Keaton. And you can go ahead and open up the green chilies next because we're going to put green chilies in our salsa as well. And that can is what kind of a shape? We've talked about this in one of our other episodes, a cylinder. And I'm just ripping off the cilantro and I'm tearing it because when I tear it, you get more of that smell. So I'm going to tear that. We've got the onions in there, we've got the tomatoes, we've got the garlic, and now we're going to throw in the green chilies. And you know, Keaton, do you know where a half is? If you were to say throw in 1/2 a can of green chilies, let me take that for you. If you were to throw in 1/2 a can, what would it look like? Show me.
About right there.
Okay, so go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and put in 1/2 a can of green chilies. And then I don't think any salsa should be made without lime. So we're going to go ahead and cut the lime open. That's perfect. You can go ahead and stir that just a little bit. And Keaton, I'm going to have you put in, if you could, please, you can go ahead and put in 1/2 teaspoon, like that, of salt. Okay, of the garlic salt, if you would, please. And I'm going to cut the lime open. This lime has a tough skin on it, so I'm going to try to use our cutting board and cut the lime. It's a juicy one. I can feel it coming out right now. Oh, great. Perfect. Let me slide that over. That sombrero's kind of in our way just a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to take the juice of 1/2 of a lime, and then, Keaton, the other thing we've got to do is have 1/4 of a teaspoon of, what is that?
Ground Cajun. Red pepper.
Okay, so it's cayenne pepper. That is
Cayenne.
spicy. It is hot. But we want the smallest measure, and half of that goes in, just a half. So that would be like 1/8 of a teaspoon. Okay, so that's as small as we get out of that measure. Okay, and while you're adding that, I'm going to throw my lime away. And then the other thing that we have to add is the cumin, because most dishes that are made in Mexico, or most of them that at least have a flavor of Mexican flavor, most of the time have, let me put this over here, have some cumin. So we're going to take, I'm going to take the lid off of this so that it goes a little bit faster here. We'll take this, we'll put in 1/8 of a teaspoon of cumin, and then we have to put in the last ingredient. What's the last ingredient we've got to have?
Jalapenos.
Oh, the jalapenos. They have to go in. And these came out of our garden last year. And your dad and I and you canned these things. And we had to put carrots in with them, didn't we? So we might even put some of the carrots in with them as well. But these are huge. Look at this one. And we'll squeeze some of the juice out of it because, you know, we don't maybe want quite that much heat. And we're just going to slice this up. And, you know, I'm thinking this other knife over here would be better for that. And I'm going to tell you, if you want to cut these, you can. We're going to make them really small. And the important thing to remember is we don't want to lick our fingers after we've done this because they'll be hot. Okay? So we're going to dice them real small. And your job is going to be to get them back into the bowl. Okay? So, now, what do you think? Do you think we ought to use a whole jalapeno?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hot.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're going to have people help us sample this because they'll probably let us know if it's too hot or not. And I don't think anything is too hot for your dad or for you. You both like spicy food. Okay, take your spoon and scoop it up and put it in the jar or put it in the bowl. Perfect. And I'll throw in a little bit more cilantro just because I like cilantro a lot. Okay, now our bowl is almost ready. Now we're going to give it a quick stir. Go ahead and stir it quick. And one thing that we don't have over here, Keaton, that I know that we need just a little bit of, we usually put just a tiny bit of sugar in, don't we?
Yep.
Just to give it a little bit of a sweet taste. So we're going to put about a teaspoon of sugar in. Okay? And honestly, that's probably usually the way I measure things, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to give it a taste?
I think so.
Okay, there's chips in front of you. Let me move this over. There's chips right here. And go ahead and stick in a chip and we'll see if it needs anything. Is it good? Can you taste the lime?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, there's your salsa. And we don't have any chicks with us here, but we could probably find some, couldn't we? But this is a great thing to do. It has great fruit. Is tomatoes a fruit or a vegetable?
I think a fruit.
It is because it has seeds, right? So we have fruit in here. We have the onions. We have lots of packed flavor. So you could do this at home. You could make your own salsa. Have a great evening and turn your kitchen into a fiesta kitchen.